Okay, so it seems like it has finally happened. Kairyu Crocodile, of course, one of the last missing members of, what would have been VShojo, finally has had a debut. Now, we recently covered, obviously, the debut of her VTuber model and some of the questions and stuff that she was getting, including over on YouTube. But what we never had gotten was a debut in terms of Twitch, right? She'd never actually gone live over on Twitch, and well, it seems like that has finally happened. With this post coming out a few days ago, saying debut time took me long enough. Hope to see you at my first ever Twitch stream, April 24th, 1 p.m. PST, 4 p.m. EST. And yeah, you can see there a cool little graphic. And yeah, it seems like a lot of people were excited. 13,000 likes, 288,000 views. And again, Karu seems to be very, very much liked. And a lot of people are very excited to see her go live on Twitch. And well, the stream did happen, but I don't think it went according to plan, as we will go into in this video. As essentially, yeah, a lot of people kind of say they're stoked. You know, Numi say, oh heck yeah, I'm ready. Amelie say I'm stoked. Barry, yay, the croc is loose. Feifei say hell yeah. PAP saying it's finally happening. Tori say let's go. Marie FD say IKZ. Rose Doodle say finally. So again, so many people supporting her, and it seems like she already has a ton of followers over on Twitch too, potentially even more than this. Now 72,000, which again is absolutely insane. And yeah, obviously the model being done by Nanolus, as we found out in the last video, whenever this was all kind of revealed, right? And it's very, very cool. You know, a lot of cool toggles and all sorts on it. Which I thought was really nice, really cool touches. But essentially, yeah, she did go live the other day, and you can see here that it didn't exactly go according to plan. Now, of course, she did get a pretty high viewership, obviously around 5.5k and 6.4k. Now, I think it does kind of suck because, as you guys probably can tell, there's a couple of issues in terms of streaming. She actually did a very, very long stream. It was like, what, 9 hours, where she played all sorts of things, you know, Pokemon Stadium, Tomodachi Life, Repo. So again, of course, there's been, a really, really good first start to the stream, because it is a long one, right? It is a very long one. And that is one of the things that a lot of people care about. And also she had 2 hours here and 2 hours here. So I'm assuming she streamed for what? How many hours? That'd be almost, that'd be 15 hours, which is pretty crazy, right? That's pretty crazy, especially for a first stream. A lot of people start out maybe doing it for like 2 hours or whatever, but 15 hours off the dot is kind of crazy. And it seems like things did stable out later on, but there's been a couple of clips and stuff that have come out to kind of show you exactly how scuffed this stream was. So essentially, this was her coming back from a crash. I think it's probably from the first, I think it's from this one, so it'll be this second stream here, where she was talking about it. But you can see how even more kind of, I guess, what do you call it, scuffed this stream was. And it's funny, obviously, it's sad because I think that, of course, it does kind of mess up maybe some of the viewership and whatever that some people would have liked to see. But again, I still think it is quite funny, right? So here it is.
And then I think my CPU fan just like ate shit or something, because I had to, everything went dark. Let me get the music on. So hold on.
Everything went dark.
Maybe this one. Don't be too loud. Ooh, it's loud. Oh, it's loud. Where is it? Here we go. Yeah. So I turned my capture card on, and then my computer blew up. It freaked out. Mic is too low.
So the mic is too low now. Now, of course, this is the first stream. It's totally like one of these things where you're just gonna get out the teething problems at the start, and then after that it should be all good, right? But I did think it just kind of perfectly encapsulated how scuffed and chaotic this stream really was, because yeah, things were crashing, music was too high, mic was too low, things were going all over the place, and a lot of people were kind of commenting on that, which I thought was quite funny. But I do think at the end of the day, it was still a very, very successful stream, despite some of the kind of issues that it did have. And of course, yeah, you can see it's a crash, don't mind. She did actually go, live again? Oh my god, that is so loud. Okay, yeah, so I think she did a 10-hour stream, and then this one was the other stream. I think. Again, it's so split up. It's kind of confusing to see. Oh, and then she did like a test to see if her capture card is working. I guess. Again, it is pretty crazy how split up this entire thing was. But it seems like things sorted itself out by the time that the second stream came around. If it even was a second stream. Because, yeah, this seems to be the first one 2 days ago. And then we got yesterday. So probably, checked the capture card and then streamed 16 hours ago. So maybe it wasn't a 15-hour stream, but it still was a 10-hour stream, for the second stream, which is pretty insane, right? That is a very, very long time. And of course, it seems like she's going to be streaming pretty often. And she did actually put out a announcement here saying, thank you to everyone for coming to my stream debut. I had a great time, and we only crashed twice. Maybe tomorrow it will only be once, and even eventually 0, which obviously it seems like it didn't crash after she did test out the graphics card. So again, very, very great to see. Obviously, a lot of people said, oh man, I missed it. There's scuff during debut. I see that as a sign of good luck. Maybe there should be like a good luck charm, like break a leg or something in the theater. Say, despite the scuff, your debut was awesome. Congratulations on the stream debut. So, yeah, obviously a lot of fans don't really care about the scuff, right? And I don't think it is really a big deal. But it is pretty funny, right? And it obviously shows you, how funny streams can get. And how, how much goes into a VTuber debut as well, especially in terms of hardware, right? I think a lot of people underestimate how much hardware is actually used whenever you stream as a VTuber. Some people have to buy whole ass PCs just to like stream their, VTubing stuff alongside their kind of, their game and whatever the hell they're playing, because the graphics card, the CPU and everything can't keep up with it, which I think is quite funny. So of course it becomes a pretty big investment if you want something that is very intricate, doesn't lag as much, and of course Karyu's model is very, very detailed, right? You can see it's very, very detailed, very, very nice, obviously made by Nanolus. So yeah, it's pretty obvious that it's going to take up a lot of PC power. So I think maybe the graphics card and the kind of video card that she's trying to use to kind of, I guess, stream games or whatever, capture card, that's what I meant to say, stream games or whatever, maybe that was just a little bit too much for it, and then it just ended up crashing, right? Because as I said, it uses up a lot of assets, and especially if you're playing a game that is pretty high in assets as well, it can just overload it completely. And that's why, as I said, some VTubers opt to have 2 PCs, right? Some have 2 PCs so they can handle both things. Some have it so they can handle OBS and like VTubing on one, and then they have like the game on the other and everything else on the other. And some people, sometimes, I know obviously phones are used for tracking, but sometimes it's like linked up to the PC. So there is a lot of different ways you can set up your kind of VTubing model and your stream, whatever. But as I said, a common one that I see is either 2 PCs using the phone, but even then I think the phone doesn't help out too much. It just helps out with the tracking, and that's about it. So again, still pretty heavy on the resources on the PC. But yeah, I mean, that is essentially all there is for this video. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update on Kairyu, because it seems like she's getting on pretty well despite all of the scuff and all of this kind of stuff. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazu, get 10% off. Again, they've got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.